See what we catch in the scoop net here.
We made these gravel beds hoping that they would get used, and they sure are. The males are protecting the nest, swimming around in circles. They've hollowed out these circles in the gravel. It's free of all of the algae. Anything that comes into their territory, they're going to chase away. A lot of algae, you guys, and that's our task for today. As the sun comes out, it illuminates this whole shallow area. We've got extra organics in the pond. You see the little bluegills. I did not think that we would have this level of algae right here. This is our rock bed. Skim as much of this algae out. Nasty. Oh man, this brown stuff is starting to die already. All right, so most of it has been the filamentous algae, but this is chara or cara, I'm not sure. Wave my hand around underneath and you lift this stuff up, and that's all of the filamentous algae that's growing on the bottom. I don't know, this may be a losing battle, but for this year, before I chemically treat any of this, I'm gonna try to scoop up as much of this crap here in the shallows as I can. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. This is what they call brittle nade or brittle water nymph, and it's actually pokey on your skin. Gonna need some chemicals to help with this. So while I've been tromping around in there stirring up a bunch of the muck on the bottom, the water has turned, well, a mucky color. And what better way to help with that than some muck away. While I'm making a big mess, I'll try to combat that with some muck away and have that start working. And how about a little bit of phosphate binder? We've got our own little stirrer here. All right. Well, after at least a couple hours, some hard work, a couple rains, we've made some progress. Well, that's a lot better than it was. Lots of bait fish in here. Look at them all over there, hiding up underneath these mats of algae, providing shade, and they've got dense cover to hide from. Look at that. Look at that char mat. See what we catch in the scoop net here. Ho! What a jackpot! Bluegill and shiners. all over in there. And you have some white Roman pillars from a home remodel project. So if you stumbled across this video, you too might have these Roman looking pillars in your home and you're wondering how to get rid of them. That you took out from your dining room when you moved into your new house and you don't know what to do with these white pillars. You make fish structure. Drop these out in the middle, down at the bottom for the walleyes and the smallmouth and the perch. Yeah, these are gonna drop for sure. See if I can let it go. Have it fall straight down. There they go. Ah, nothing more satisfying. When we moved into the new house, this is the first project that Lauren wanted me to do. In our dining room is to take these 4 pillars out. And so I did that a year ago, and then they've just been sitting in the corner. Stick this right like that. And so then looking down on the underwater camera, the water clarity isn't so great, but I was able to locate them. They kind of stacked up a little bit. They're all in the general vicinity, and so I anticipate fish will hang on this in the deeper 23-foot section of the pond. And in other news, bluegills are getting big, shiners, a lot of little bluegill. There's multiple year classes of every species in here other than the walleye. They haven't reproduced yet on their own, but we're always working on the habitat to try to create that environment to make that happen. And so next spring, we're hopeful that we might have some walleye spawning activity below the waterfall. This is the ground structure, barrel and polypropylene tubing. Fish do hang on this, and I would expect more fish to hang on these structures that we put in. PVC trees here, except for we've got so much vegetation, there's more structure than they even need in the pond. And so here is the pipe that sealed our leak along with the polymer, and here's some coontail or hornwort along with the smallmouth bass. Again, fun to see all of the activity and where the fish hang. And this is the intake bay, which sucks the water in to pump up to the top of the waterfall. And the activity in here has really picked up. Perch, the red ear sunfish, their red eyes I found interesting. I hadn't noticed that before. Maybe it's just this time of year, I'm not sure, but smallmouth, perch, bluegill all hanging there. And I checked the trail cam after a couple months of not looking at it. This is back in the spring, and now this summer the deer are in velvet. That's a young one, gonna be an 8-pointer. I'm not sure. I don't know how to age deer very well. Maybe that's a 2-year or 3-year-old. And here's a little teaser, more boulders. 20 tons to be exact. You just can't have too many rocks in my opinion. And they play a large role in our pond build strategy, both above the water and below the water. Speaking of above the water, we've got a new addition coming to the pond project. Okay guys, so just when you thought that the waterfall was done, it is not. Phase 2 coming up.